Good afternoon or good day, whatever time of day it is. Welcome to Upland Unsolved, the channel that explores the strange, the weird, and the haunted locations inside the Upland metaverse. What is the Upland metaverse? I am so glad you asked that. It is a property trading super app that allows players to own NFTs of locations mapped to the real world. Create an Upland account to see what cities are available. Today, we are looking at England's most haunted train station in the Upland metaverse. So, fire up your Upland app, zoom out, and scroll your way over to the Birmingham, England train station. We don't have a specific terminal that we're looking at today, but just click on the ones you want to. Select Street View. You can also look at the surrounding buildings. Really, the more buildings you look at, the better, just to get a feel of the area. You can tell it has gone through some renovations, and it is really quite modern, but that doesn't stop the spirits from visiting it. Details provided by the Birmingham City Council tell us that the original New Street station opened in 1851. It was meant to be just a temporary terminus of the Birmingham and London Railway. Well, that temporary station was torn down in 1964, and in 1967, the New Street station was completed, and further updates were made between 2010 and 2015. On a on a side note, as an American, this really cracks me up about Europe. Like, I'm going to do an English accent. Uh, like, we're building this temporary structure. It should be able to last over 100 years, so no reason to use the good stuff. That has like the crappiest British accent ever, but like seriously, like temporary building that lasts like 100 years, like I'm going to be shocked if my house survives 20 based on like tornadoes and stuff. So, cracks me up. Temporary building lasted over 100 years. All right, so now that I'm done with that rant, back to the story. So the city council provides those details, but what they fail to mention is that the station is built over a Jewish cemetery dating back to the 1700s. The train station and lines wanted this area so much that they were willing to get an act of parliament to relocate part of the cemetery. What they did was move the bodies and the tombstones from one area of the cemetery and combined it with another part of the cemetery. Uh, the part that still exists today really just sits overgrown and abandoned. The only access to it is a gate, and that gate has been welded shut. So if you look at it online, it's kind of sad to see pictures of it, and I'll put a picture of the overgrown area. It really just looks like trees by the road if you're listening to it. So it's yeah, I mean it's kind of sad. I don't like seeing holy places kind of torn apart like that, but it does happen. Um, Unfortunately, not all of the graves could be identified because of fallen stones and some of the stones being so old that the names wore off over time. The Birmingham station has also seen a deadly crash. The incident occurred in 1921. Two trains on the same track collided. It injured 2 dozen people and killed three. Now, the most common occurrence at the train station uh, are are people feeling that there is someone there behind them, but when they turn around, there just isn't anyone there. And I mean, is it the spirits of the three deceased still haunting the train station, or some souls missed when the cemetery was moved? Likely, we will never know. There's one place in particular at the station that has a much darker feel, though, and that is Platform 4. To date, there have been four suicides on Platform 4. Two of them I couldn't find much information on, other than that they occurred. The third one is a dapper gentleman from the Victorian era named Claude. Claude is hard to miss if you see him because of his signature top hat. And we don't know why, but Claude poisoned himself on platform 4 and passed away there. The most commonly seen spirit, though, is that of Walter Hartles. Walter is a retired engine driver who simply did not see a reason to go on living. Uh, Walter had a really bad separation from his wife and retired after that. And yeah, at the age of 68, Walter was just done. He sat on a bench on platform 4 and shot himself with a revolver, which is really unfortunate. Uh, Walter is still seen at the bench reliving his final moments some 50 years later. Um, but some have claimed that Walter is fully aware and can have conversations with passengers if approached and is quite amicable. Interesting thing about Walter and Claude is that they have seemed to form a friendship, as some nights the two are seen together at this train station. In 2010, a seance was planned to take place, and that was going to take place in a network of tunnels that fringe new streets, but for safety reasons, that was scrapped. And I couldn't find anything if there was going to be like a seance or anything at platform 4, but I think that would be really, really interesting to see. All right, so it's a little bit of a shorter one today, but that concludes today's video of Upland Unsolved. Be sure to like and subscribe for new videos and further improvements as I learn this video stuff. You can follow me on Twitter at Upland Unsolved. You can check out the website, which is uplandunsolved.com. And if you have a strange or haunting story from one of the properties you own or owned in real life within the Upland metaverse, feel free to share that story, and we can share it with the rest of the world as well. You can share that at uplandunsolved@gmail.com. All right, everyone, have a good one, and until next time.